Next News. Breaking news.
For years, Americans were told the UFO story was about blurry videos, radar blips, and maybe some secret aircraft the government didn't want to explain. But now the conversation is taking a very hard turn, and it's getting a whole lot stranger. We're no longer just hearing about craft in the sky, we're hearing about portals, biological entities, the Book of Enoch, demons disguising themselves as UFOs, and even whispers that something big may be forcing disclosure right now. This is not just a technology story anymore. It's become a question about reality itself, and once you see where this is going, you can't unsee it. Now here's why this matters. See, a recent Pentagon file release pushed UFOs back into the national spotlight. And even mainstream outlets are openly asking whether the United States will ever confirm alien existence. Prediction markets now show 17.1% think that happens before 2027, and 28% before 2028, and 36% before January 20th of 2029. And that tells you something important. The public has moved past laughing this off. And then Joe Rogan added fuel to the fire by suggesting disclosure may be building towards an event. Not just another hearing, not just another paper dump, but something profound that people in power may be preparing for. He even pointed to figures like Marco Rubio, Tulsi Gabbard, and Anna Paulina Luna taking the issue very seriously. Meanwhile, Congresswoman Lauren Boebert says files available to lawmakers include references to portals and biological entities. So stop and think about that. We've gone from asking, is there craft, to asking, what are these things? And that's where the story stops being entertainment and starts becoming civilizational. Now, as this conversation pushes people to think harder about the body and the mind and what helps us function at our best, let me tell you what caught my attention for exactly that reason. Now, you have probably seen the clip of Joe Rogan talking with Mel Gibson about people close to them facing serious health struggles and then seeing dramatic improvements. When Rogan brings up light-based therapies, Gibson says that plainly this stuff works. You see, that got my attention. In my own life, I watched my wife deal with constant discomfort and anxiety for far too long. And seeing real relief matters. And that's why I want you to check out Red Light Therapy from Jonathan Otto at myredlight.com. Now, these devices, they're designed to support the body at a cellular level. A lot of people swear by them for recovery, wellness, and everyday support, just like my family. And if you want to try it for yourself, go to myredlight.com. Use NNN25 for individual items or NNN30 for bundles. Now back to the part of the story that should have every American asking whether we're looking at science, secrecy, or something spiritual. Because here's the twist the corporate press still does not know how to handle. The most provocative voices in this discussion are no longer just pilots or Pentagon officials or defense analysts. Now you have religious language entering the file. Rogan says that Luna told him to read the Book of Enoch. Boebert says classified material mentions portals. And the chief exorcist for the Archdiocese of Washington is openly warning that demons may present themselves as aliens, orbs, and UFOs. That is not a fringe side note. That is the story changing shape in real time. And even Matthew Modine is here. You know, the actor. The wait is over. Accidental Truth Next, Beyond UFO Disclosure is out now. Together we explore the new questions humanity must face as the reality of non-human intelligence moves from speculation into public consciousness. What does it mean for our future, our understanding of reality, and for ourselves? And he tags all of these individuals in this film. Burleson, Burchett, who else? I mean, like, the list goes on and on. Now it's available, this new film is on Amazon Prime Video, Apple TV, and even YouTube Movies. So this is what has just released in the entertainment world, but is it really entertainment anymore?
Hey, there's aliens.
We already know life exists in the universe.
It's been over 8 years since we heard about the government UFO program, ATIP. Are we any closer to an official government disclosure regarding non-human intelligence?
They briefed us on some stuff that was frankly terrifying.
The DoD and the intelligence community is very comfortable saying it's unknown.
What are we actually talking about?
I can't share with you the details, ma'am.
There are those who will stop at nothing to hide the truth.
Whistleblowers are safe. I will guarantee that.
I have no job. My career has been tarnished.
People have been killed.
It's likely a balloon. It's likely a balloon. You know, a bird.
It's starting to sound like a broken record.
Exotic materials are the holy grail.
I was on the team that was supposed to receive that.
What I really wanted to do was put some materials in the hands of Arrow.
That came from a UFO.
My bit is stuck. We'll have to try something else.
I mean, that stuff should have liquefied like mercury by now.
I thought it should have. I have no explanation for that.
This is a technology that has long since bled into what we call consciousness.
I'm here to drop off the samplers.
Could non-human intelligence come in many forms?
Our historical timeline has been interrupted by an alien intelligence.
There is a variety of life forms.
From the earliest times, we've had writings of people interacting with non-human intelligence.
People have accepted these things as real.
All of this has to do with the nature of reality itself.
When I say we're in a simulation, there is something that is computing. We live in something that has a software program.
It's all about consciousness.
Perhaps we've been guided subtly and deliberately.
All the religions have been telling us that there are other beings.
We're in the middle of a revolution right now.
There is a dark side to disclosure, a secret too terrible to be told.
Our future is post-biological.
In a sense, they're midwives or undertakers.
The humans served their purpose.
It may not mean surrendering our spirituality.
You can only beat down the truth for so long.
We're at a point where reality doesn't matter.
We have all new questions. It's time to discover what's next. Accidental Truth. Next, a film by Ron James, narrated by Matthew Modine.
So that is now dropping officially today. The trailer lays out the claim the feds know more than they're telling. Now Joe Rogan says there may be an impending event pushing disclosure faster. He points to Luna, Rubio, and even the Book of Enoch. Joe Rogan hinting at a massive impending event forcing UFO disclosure. Is humanity about to get the truth? Check this out.
I think we're all here for a reason. I think we're here to experience something very strange and profound. And there's an event that we're building up to. And I think that's why there's this focus on disclosure. That's why this documentary hit so hard. Guys like Marco Rubio are sticking their neck out, and Tulsi Gabbard and Rep Luna. You know, she came on my podcast too, and she was telling me some stuff that was just like mind blowing. And she really got me to read the Book of Enoch. She's like, you got to read that. Like that is nuts. And that could have easily been attached to the religious canon, but some rabbis disagreed with it because it didn't vibe with the Torah. So like, let's chuck that one out. But it's in the same lump of Dead Sea Scrolls as they have the Book of Isaiah, which is really fascinating because Wes Huff, when he was on my podcast, explained to me that the Book of Isaiah and that they found in the Dead Sea Scrolls is verbatim the same as the Book of Isaiah that was 1,000 years more recent.
Whoa!
1,000 years. So this was the oldest version that they thought was the oldest version. And then they found the Dead Sea Scrolls version, which was 1,000 years older.
So the conversation moves from Rogan's warning about what could be coming to a familiar demand from America's first crowd. And we have this from Donald Trump Jr. Check this out.
Your serious question, will you join the Make Aliens Great Again movement? I mean, this one keeps coming back up. It's serious because we, MAGA, want disclosure. Thanks, bud. Yeah, listen, I want disclosure too. I want to know. I mean, I sort of said, I intuitively think like, of course there has to be something. But I'd like to see the actual evidence. I'd like to know the level of sophistication. If they can get here, they're probably pretty freaking sophisticated. But so I sort of assumed all these things did way before we even got into politics just because, again, statistics say that, like, it'd be sort of hard to believe we'd be the only thing in a universe as large as ours.
So give your dad a call. How about that, right? Well, Trump Jr. wants the receipts, and it's exactly where this gets darker, because while the public is still getting stonewalled, another Los Alamos scientist has been found dead under deeply suspicious circumstances. 53-year-old Melissa Casillas, who worked at the top secret Los Alamos National Lab, vanished last June. Her remains were just discovered by a hiker with a handgun nearby. Her purse, ID, and phones were left behind, both phones factory reset.
Joins us with more. Todd.
Hey, Brian, after this discovery, we still might have more questions than answers. 53-year-old Melissa Casillas had been missing since June 26th of last year. She was working as an administrative assistant at Los Alamos National Lab, where the world's first atomic weapons were developed during World War II. Investigators announcing her remains were found by a hiker in a national forest about 10 miles from her northern New Mexico home, and a handgun was also found alongside her body. When Casillas vanished nearly a year ago, her family discovered that her personal belongings, including her purse, IDs, and cell phones, had been left behind, and both phones had reportedly been factory reset. Still unclear how long Melissa's body was there, but her family revealing in a statement that her remains were discovered in an area that had been searched before. Casillas is one of at least 10 people with high-level access to sensitive U.S. nuclear and aerospace research who've either disappeared or died under murky circumstances in recent years, at least 3 of whom still remain missing to this day. State police say an extensive investigation into what happened to Casillas remains active. Brian, over to you.
All right, thanks so much. The mystery continues. Meanwhile, today, Los Angeles voters headed...
The mystery continues indeed, and we do know that President Trump's ordered the FBI to investigate, but that's the part the media always wants to brush past. The bodies, the secrecy, the reset phones, the missing answers. Now even Fox is admitting the cover-up questions back on the table, with Americans openly asking when the government will finally confirm what it knows. UFOs are back in the headlines after a recent Pentagon file release, 2 of them, and a new Steven Spielberg movie entering the chat right on cue. All the extraterrestrial buzz has everyone asking, will the U.S. confirm that aliens exist?
A recent Pentagon file release and a new Steven Spielberg movie are putting UFOs back in the headlines.
This 79-year cover-up of the truth has to end.
We're interrupting our coverage.
When Disclosure Day actually happens, we're going to have to accept we haven't been alone since the beginning of time.
All the extraterrestrial buzz has us asking, will the United States ever confirm that aliens exist? Our sponsor, Kalshi's prediction markets show more than 17% think the government will confirm alien existence by next year, while 28% think the truth will come out by 2028, and 36% say yes before January 20th, 2029.
So after decades of denial, even the corporate press is forced to ask whether disclosure is coming, but the next voice takes us in a very different direction. The chief exorcist for the Archdiocese of Washington says some so-called UFO phenomena may be demonic and not extraterrestrial. Monsignor Stephen Rossetti, currently the chief exorcist for the Archdiocese of Washington.
Demons indeed can break into the physical world, and at times they can be seen. We actually have some photos of such things, and that we have documented that. Sometimes people will see shadow men. Many people who are possessed will see indistinct dark shadows, possessed houses, globes of light, all sorts of things, and more direct manifestations, evil hands, we've seen that, and actually images of beast-like creatures. So at times, demons will be manifest in this world. I had an incident not too long ago where someone who had a particular gift, and we've documented that gift, and she was shown a picture of a UFO. She said, it's a demon. There's no question in my mind, personally. Again,
So the clip pushes the question past nuts and bolts craft into the spiritual. Now, Representative Lauren Boebert says Congress has seen references to something even stranger in classified UFO files, portals. The information currently available to Congress includes references to portals and other extraordinary claims linked to UAP investigations.
And in today's world, that's really something. But even in these, even in some of the documentations that I'm seeing, there's a lot to do with even portals. And I'm interested in more information of that coming out as well. But even to be in a congressional hearing and have enough information to ask the question, is there breeding between these biological beings and humans? There's a there that needs to be answered. And I got a lot of heat from local papers at home and some folks, but we're just asking the questions. If someone is going to come to congressional offices and say that they have seen it, that they have been a part of it, and are read into these programs, then it's worth an investigation. And all of these agencies, even the contractors, when they are too big to answer to government, when they were too big to answer to Congress, the entity that created them, and gives them funding, then it's clear that they're too big. And we have got to rein that in and have more accountability.
You know, what you started out with saying that you had heard somebody saying that they believed in the government, or they believed in the alien program or disclosure before the government started talking about it.
So here comes the part that makes this whole thing even darker. Okay? A Los Alamos employee, Melissa Cassie, is missing since last June. She's now been found dead in New Mexico under deeply troubling circumstances. The handgun nearby, her purse, IDs, and phones left behind. Both phones reportedly factory reset. Whether that case ultimately proves criminal or self-harm or something else, the public immediately connects the dots. Top secret lab, nuclear research, unexplained death, missing information. See, that's what happens when trust in institutions has been shattered by decades of secrecy. So the real question is no longer whether Americans believe unidentified phenomena exist. The real question is whether the gatekeepers have hidden something far bigger than aircraft technology. If this is about consciousness, deception, or even spiritual warfare, then disclosure is not just a policy matter, it is a test of whether our civilization is ready for the truth. And that is why this story keeps on breaking out of every box the establishment tries to put around it. It's not staying inside the Pentagon, it's not staying inside Hollywood, and it's not staying inside Congress. It's spilling into religion, philosophy, history, and the deepest questions that we can ask. And let's be honest, under President Trump, the American people are far more likely to demand straight answers than under the secrecy-addicted ruling class that spent years treating citizens like children. Americans can handle the truth. What they can't tolerate any longer is another closed-door game run by bureaucrats, contractors, and elites who think that they answer to no one. So I want to hear from you. Do you believe this UFO story is really about extraterrestrials, yes or no? Or is it becoming something far more supernatural? Drop your answer in the comments. Share this report with someone who still thinks that this is just sci-fi. And if you want the news the establishment will not touch, subscribe to the Next News Network right now. But even better yet, we set this telephone number up just for you so you can join the thousands of patriots who want to receive the information when the notifications and the algorithm decide otherwise. That number is 844-840-4963. All you have to do is text the words raw feed to it, and I won't let you down. And since we are in the age of disclosure and the age of the 250th birthday of our great nation, check out the merch shelf below and find something to celebrate America 250 with us.
The system controls information. Information control is power.
They don't want you to see this.
The truth only survives together. They don't want this shared. Share this now.